Yeah.
Evening guys, Al here again, off on another adventure. So as some of you know, it is the Exmouth Sea Angling Association CHESIL Rover, the best two of each species. So I need to get down there. I'm going to hit ABBOTSBURY, northerly wind, so it's going to be flat calm, not ideal, but it's the only time I can get down there, so let's get going. So it's blowing a hoolie today, so hopefully you can hear me. First rig about to go out. Big thank you as always to Craig Thorne from Sea Weights. Got a Sea Weights loop rig there, sea weight at the bottom, ragworm tip with squid. Let's get it pumped out. So second rig about to go out, simple pulley pennel, squid on the bottom. Let's get it out. So I pulled the ragworm in to rebait, decided to get the spinning rod out while the other rod was out. Mackerel, only a tiddler. I'm going to use that as bait. Happy days, that's 5 points, little weigh in for the rover. Sweet. And a second one there, so happy days. That's two of my mackerel species to weigh in. Sweet, all good. So as you can see, both snoods taken by the crabs. Hopefully this movie's following him in. So now that we've seen the crabs are around, going for a crab bait on a pulley pennel. So nothing at all, just a mackerel. So we're going to switch it up and over wishbone, bit of bling, sea weight at the bottom, bit of rag, tip with squid. So 3.5 hours in, not a sniff on any of the baits. Tried crab, mackerel, rag, squid. Yeah, just it's gone really calm now. The wind's still up, but obviously northerlies, flat in the water, but nothing at all. Loads of mackerel being pulled in next to me. But I've got my two that I need. So yeah, I'll just keep going, and I don't know how long I'm going to stay. I suppose just see how it fishes. So just had a little spin for the last half an hour. Pulled in about 10 mackerel. Got a bigger one at 13 ounces, so I've got two to weigh in, 13 ounce and 7 ounce. But yeah, it's really, really quiet. I've just rebaited now. I've got the bling rig out with rag on both hooks, and the pulley pennel with half a mackerel. Just see if there's anything out there, get some scent in the water. But at the minute, nothing at all. So I've had a few people ask about my wishbone rig, how I make it. Loads of different ways to do it. However, I'd use a little pulley bead at the top, hook on each snood at the bottom, bit of bling, and there it is. 11 hours I've been here. I've had one bite, looked like a pouting bite. Gentleman come over, John. Nice to meet you, John. He said he watches a couple of the videos, and he did mention an old video where I mentioned I needed a new knife. So he asked me if I got one, and obviously I haven't. So he gave me a knife so I can actually fillet my my mackerels now. So yeah, thank you, John, much appreciated. As for the fishing, one bite, that was when John was here. Yeah, it just looked like a little pouting bite on the place rig. I think the gentleman next to me has had 2 dogfish. He's pumping it out though. Well, compared to my cast, he is. But we've probably got half an hour till darkness. So I'm going to fish it for, I don't know, hour, maybe 2 hours into dark. I just hope that it switches on. It usually does at Chesil. But I don't think I'll be fishing it in the daytime for a while. I've never had much luck in the day. Like I say, my cast isn't amazing. So hopefully the darkness brings him in a bit closer. And yeah, we'll just fingers crossed see if we can get anything. So second species, little dogfish. Not a big one at all, but happy to get a different species. Let's get it put back. So darkness is upon us. So I'm going to chuck out a big bait, probably about 30-40 yards out. Mackerel tip with crab. So another doggy. Happy days, that's the 2 that I needed. £1.7 I think. So yeah, between the 2, that's over 100%. Happy days. Let's get it put back. So there's another one. I haven't got time to weigh him, to be truthful. I can't keep 2 rods in the water. Looks like it's the same all the way at the beach. Let's get it put back. So a bit of a manic sort of 45 minutes. I think we had a load of dogs just come through. I pulled in 5, lost 3. Sometimes I didn't have a rod in the water. I was using the same bait to catch him. But it seems to have settled down now. So I've got crab on a pulley pennel, and I've gone to a single hook pulley with a slaver of bluey. So yeah, I've got my 2 mackerel and my 2 doggies. Hopefully we can get some more species. So now that the doggies have disappeared, hopefully big baits, big fish, double squid. So they keep coming, but that one's a little bit bigger. So more percentage, happy days. So just had something, pull the rod out of the tripod. I think it was a smoothie. Pulled into it real heavy and then somehow spat the hook when it pulled back. I've quickly rebaited double squid again. And on this one, I'm gonna go for single squid, smaller bait. Let's get it chucked out. So it's gone really quiet now, and 16 hours is long enough for me. End of session there. There we go, guys, another session done. Yeah, a bit of a weird one. I must have sat there for 11, 12 hours without a bite. Well, just a single bite actually when John was there. But yeah, it was really hard work. And then obviously as soon as it went dark, we had a massive dog fest. I think through the night I've ended up on 10 doggies maybe. Yeah, something like that. I was messing around with the mackerel most of the day, so I must have been on 10, 12 mackerel. But yeah, over the whole session, I've managed to get 2 mackerel and 2 doggies to weigh in, nothing else. So I think that was my only chance to get up there. So I'm a bit gutted, but it's points on the board. We'll just have to see how we do. Yeah, I mean, when the doggies come in, there was a couple of blokes next to me to my left, and one of them had a bell on his rod. And yeah, it was non-stop. So there was people to my right as well shouting. So yeah, when the Dogfest came in, I think everyone was the same sort of manic, if you know what I mean. But sitting there for 16 hours and probably 3 and a bit hours of actual action, yeah, it was quite hard work. I think in the future, Fishing Chesil in the daytime is not for me. The bloke who was there at in the daytime when he had the 2 dogfish, he was pumping it right out. And like I've said before, my cast isn't amazing, so I think you need a bit of distance in the day. However, in the night they're coming closer, so that's my thing now. Chesil at night. As Ian Clark always says, the 3 Ds, dawn, dusk and dark. Yeah, I think he's right with that one. But all in all, it was worth it in the end. I managed to get 2 species, which is what I needed for the rover, and I've got something to weigh in, so happy days. On to the next session. As always, guys, give us a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so any adventures that we go on, you can come with us, and we'll see you at the next session.